Hi, boys and girls. Today we're doing Chapter 1, Lesson 2, Place Value through Thousands. Our learning intention is I'm learning to compare numbers so that I can understand how numbers work. So the pages that we're going to do today are pages 15, 16, and 17. So let's get started. So you can see here we have a chart that shows what the symbols are that we will be using. I'm going to show you an easy way to remember them, but here it is for you to refer to. Less than, this sign says is less than, this sign says is greater than, and this sign says is equal to. So let's look at example 1. The Tai family is planning a road trip to the Grand Canyon. One route is 840 miles, the second route is 835 miles. Which route is shorter? So we're going to compare 835 and 840. So we're going to first do it with a place value chart. And so we drew a place value chart with the hundreds, tens, and ones, and then we put all the digits in there for each number. So 840, 0 in the ones place, 4 in the tens, 8 in the hundreds. And then 835, we put 5 in the ones place, 3 in the tens, and 8 in the hundreds place. So then what we're going to do is we're going to compare each place starting with the hundreds place. So we're going to look here at the hundreds place first. 8 and 8 are the same, so we can ignore them. Then looking at the tens place, we have 4 and 3. 4 is bigger, so we are going to say that 840 is the larger number because 4 is bigger. Another way to do it is on a number line. Because the numbers are pretty close together, they were able to do a number line from 830 to 840. Anything to the left is less. Anything to the right is greater because the numbers are increasing as you go from right to left. So 835 is to the left of 840. So 835 is less than 840. So we're going to put 1 dot by 835, 2 dots by 840, and then we're going to connect the dots. Using that dot method is really efficient, and then all you have to do is learn what the symbol means. So 840 is to the right of 835, so we would say that 840 is greater than 835. 2 dots by 840, 1 dot by 835, and so there is your symbol greater than. So let's look at our sentence at the bottom. Since 835, is less than 840, the second route is shorter. Okay, so the second route was 835. It says it right up here. The second route is, keep doing that. The second route is 835. So that is the shorter one. Okay, let's move on to the next page. During his hockey career, Mark Messier, I assume that's how you say his name, scored 1,887 points. Gordie Howe scored 1,850 points during his career. Which player scored a greater number of points during his career? So they put both numbers in here. Remember, starting with the ones place, 1,887 has 7 in the ones, 8 in the tens, 8 in the hundreds, 1 in the thousands place. 1,850 has 0 in the ones place, 5 in the tens place, 8 in the hundreds place, and 1 in the thousands place. Make sure that you always line up your digits starting on the right. I like to fill in my place value chart starting with the ones column. I know the math book hasn't shown you that example, but that's how I do it, and I'll teach you that once I fill in a place value chart. Okay, so let's go ahead and compare the digits. We're going to start in the thousands place. We're going to start here first. Let me slide this down a little bit. There we go, so I roomed right. Okay, so we start in the thousands place. 1 and 1 are equal, so we're going to cross those out. We're going to look in the hundreds place. 8 and 8 are equal. We can cross those out. Now we go to the tens place. We have an 8 and a 5. The number with 8 in the tens place is larger. So since 8 is greater than 5, 1,887 is greater than 1,850. And this is an 8, not a 9. Okay, Mark Messier scored it, or Messier scored the greater number of points. Okay, so let's go down to guided practice. Which number is less? Complete the statement. So you're going to put the smaller number on the left and the bigger number on the right for 1 and 2. So right now, let's just do number 1. I want you to compare, starting with the hundreds place. Figure out which one is the smaller number. Put it on the blue lines. Pause your video. Okay, so we look at the hundreds place. We have 8 and 4. 8 is greater than 4, so since 4 is smaller, we're going to say 400 is less than 870. Sorry, I thought I rounded it off. So 400 is less than 870. Do the same thing for number 2. Pause your video. Okay, first we'll look at the thousands place. We have 9 and 6. 6 is smaller, so we're going to put that as less than. 6,403 is less than 9,630. All right, now use a number line to compare, and this is an open number line. So this is what I would normally use. I would not write all those little tiny lines like they did on the other one. So figure out where 188 would be and 198. Mark them on the number line. Then put your greater than, less than, or equal to sign in between. Use your dot method. Pause your video. Okay, so 188 is between 180 and 190. It's close to 190, so I'm going to put, actually I'll put a tick mark there. So that's 188. 198 is bigger than 190, yet smaller than 200. It's actually close to 200, so I'm going to put it over there close to 200. If you did not mark those tick marks, or if you put them in the incorrect place, please fix that. So 188 is to the left, so that means it is smaller than the number that is to the right, which is bigger. So you connect the dots. So 188 is less than 198. Let me show you very quickly. You can prove it a second way with a place number or a place value chart. So I'm going to put O for ones. It's not a 0. That's the letter O for ones. Then I have tens, and then I have hundreds. Okay, I'm going to compare my numbers. So I'm going to put 198 in this top row. So I'm going to start with the ones place. 8, 9, and 1. Notice I wrote backwards because I wanted to start in the ones place. 188, I'm going to put 8 in the ones place, 8 in the tens, 1 in the hundreds place. Notice I worked from right to left. I went backwards through it. Now I'm going to work from left to right. I'm going to compare my hundreds. My hundreds both have ones, so I don't need to pay attention to those. Now I'm going to move to the tens, 9 and 8. The number with 8 is smaller, so there it is. 198 is less than 198. 188 is less than 198. Okay, so now you're going to use this information to help you do this page. Please use the dot method. I would recommend using your drawing tool to do the dots and your symbols. If you find that the symbols look messy, you want to use the typing tool to do the greater than, less than sign, that's fine. But just make sure that you're using those dots, at least in your imagination, if you're not drawing them. Anyway, you can figure it out. As long as I know what you meant, you're fine. Okay, then, so for these top 9 right here, you're doing greater than, less than, or equal to symbols. Now, for the next 6, you're going to put the bigger number on the left and the smaller number on the right. You have to pay attention to your greater than signs. Then down here, you're going to put the smaller number on the left and the greater number on the right. Pay attention to your symbols. Now, down here on 25, 26, and 27, you are going to choose a number of your own to complete the statement. Do not make the numbers super giant. Okay, make it with only a thousands place in it. Don't forget your comma. So whatever you put on the blue line on 25 needs to be greater than 6,993. 26, your number has to be the same as or equal to 2,209. And for 27, you're going to put the greater number on the blue line here. So just don't make a ginormous, crazy number. Okay, number 28, circle all the numbers that are greater than 4,109. And the rest you can just leave. You want to strike them out, that's fine if that helps you. I'm only going to count what you circle. Okay, so there you go. That's comparing numbers.